Hey, welcome to the Joinery Business Podcast. The flavor of the day or the week is talking about the difference between motivation that gets you doing something that doesn't really carry you through to what the result is that you wanted. The difference between that and how we really want to put dedication, discipline, small change habits together with motivation to get the real result you're looking for. So I'm joined in the podcast today with Tiffany Newman, our amazing marketing manager and marketing coach.
Yes. Always forget that part.
Million other things too. Monday expert we add to your name, although just quietly.
I think my resume is just getting larger and larger. It's fantastic.
The next page. So we're just going to have a general conversation today because you observe, just like I do, people that sort of start, and interestingly, which can add some information or some let's say flavor to this conversation. You run a hot Pilates class, right?
I do. So I see this all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, I have seen it literally in the past few weeks. So we talk about motivation, right? Motivation being, yes, I'm super excited, I'm pumped, I've signed up to a new thing. And this has been exactly what I've seen with a bunch of new customers signing up to our Hot Pilates special, because why wouldn't you? It's like a great special. And they're motivated, they do their time, and then they're like, no, I'm not going to come again. I'm not.
One and done.
Like, I've tried it. I really liked it. I gave a really good review, but I'll come next week. I'm going to come next week.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah. Or no, I really enjoyed it, but I just, I don't have enough time. Or I've tried, something else got in the way.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer, probably part of my Capricorn DNA.
Yes.
That you will make time. If it's important to you, you will make time.
Right.
And making the time isn't necessarily fueled by motivation either.
Yes.
It's about, as we say, developing good habits.
Well, your motivation can change.
Yes.
If you're not doing things the right way for the right reasons in the right mindset.
Yes.
Motivation then becomes the enemy rather than the motivation or the thing that drives you. Really, really fast. I find the whole conversation really fascinating because when someone really wants to do something, they'll do it.
Yes, absolutely.
But it has to be for the right reasons. I look back on some of the things that I've done for a long period of time, and those are always things that I did for the right reasons. They weren't motivated by money. You know, I got into coaching ice hockey goaltenders, for example, young kids, because I knew that the young kids weren't being taught properly, and it was really difficult for them. I really devoted myself to doing this for a long time, and it actually cost me a lot of money just to do that. It had nothing to do with money. It was that once you start seeing young kids grow into young adults, and them saying, you just completely changed how I looked at things, you really made a difference in my life. What an amazing thing. So that kept me motivated to do that over and over and over again, right? And so, you really have to be doing things for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
The Joinery Business Podcast is sponsored by MaxCut Software. MaxCut is a small software business focusing on the cabinetry industry. Their main purpose and goal is to empower cabinet makers to estimate, cut, and complete cutless jobs more efficiently and easily without breaking the bank. Visit the MaxCut Software website linked in our description to try the free community edition of MaxCut Software to see what MaxCut can do for you.
In your experience, let's just switch the subject to coaching joinery businesses and just general business. Someone has come into coaching for the wrong reasons. What have been some of the wrong reasons, and what has been the, I guess, subsequent consequence of that?
Yeah, it's, I think we wrote a blog post on this a little while ago, just asking, are you coachable? Are you in a place right now in your life where you believe you can actually do this? And it's a really important question for people to ask themselves, because if someone really cannot honestly say, I'm going to do things differently tomorrow, I'm going to do things differently right now, starting now, I think it's the wrong time.
Yeah. So
you really have to be prepared to say, if I don't do things differently, nothing different is going to happen.
Yes.
And I think that's the big difference when we see, we're kind of fortunate, I guess you could say, is the vast majority, probably 97%, I don't know the actual number, but very, very high percentage of people we work with do join for the right reasons?
Yes.
It's probably because we have a pretty strict screening, but the ones that don't sort of carry forward, they all fall into the same category. And there's a few of them, to answer your question. I think people could enter something with the wrong impression of what was about to happen.
Okay.
From past experiences.
Okay.
Some people might enter a business improvement coaching program thinking that it's going to be like a training program where the person is going to tell me what to do, like just teach me, tell me, give me everything I need, and then magically I'm going to do it. But if they're not ready to do it, then none of that's going to help anyway. Yeah. Right?
Lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah. My old saying is, you can jam a salt lick up their mouth and make them thirsty. So, our job is to create that
Yes.
thirst, I guess, to do things. But if it isn't there, we can't create it. Like it's got to be there from the very start. People that sort of fade away or tail off in their enthusiasm, I think, are often people that are expecting someone to do something for them.
So like a consult? Not consult.
Consultant. Consultants often do things for you, right? And I've talked a little bit about the word value over the years. Some people will say, well, I'm not getting value from this thing. And I think the impression of what value actually is important as well. People think that value is something that I give to you. I give you this thing, and is it, this inanimate object, is this thing valuable in some way?
Yes.
But in actual fact, when you're talking about transforming your life or your business, it's not about an inanimate object.
And it's not actually about what we even give to you. It's about what you do for yourself, either the things that we enable you with.
Well, it's true. Yeah, it's about the things that we give you that are new knowledge and new methodologies and the new habits.
Yes.
What do you do with those things?
Yes.
Because the value of that actual thing, if you did, as we've seen from a lot of clients, they've transformed business from $1 million making no money into $2 million making a lot of money, and then $5 million and $6 million, just turning into this amazing entity because they took those things, the same exact things we give everyone. It's not like we pick and choose the people in our program to say, I'm going to give you this, but I'm going to give this other person something different. Yeah. Everybody gets the same thing. It's like a gym, right? You walk into the gym, it's the same equipment, it's the same weights, it's the same trainers, and some people are killing it, and some people are saying, I don't think this is for me. I'm not going to come back tomorrow. Yeah. It's the same stuff.
Not for me, not my class.
Yeah. So I think it's really about the approach that someone has to begin with. If you're truly ready to make a difference in your, how the outcomes are, then you find a way to make it work.
We have this line, motivation's the spark, not the fire. The fire that is continuing to burn is the new habits that you're forming and the discipline it takes to continue those habits and propel them forward as well. Yeah,
I think it's a good point, right? Because I think when people join with a really, really high expectation, not prepared to do the little things consistently over time, and not being prepared to look at the little things or to do the little things, because everybody wants an instant transformation, right? Everybody instant gratification these days. Like it's just how people are. We want to go from 0 to 100 right now. Of course we do. Everybody wants to, but it's just not realistic. It doesn't go like that.
I think sometimes individuals can fall short or quickly feel demotivated when they're forced to actually look at themselves and identify what in their own business practice is causing the roadblocks, whether it be for their team or for their business or the growth. And I think that if you're not in that initial growth mindset or coachable mindset, then something that is going introspectively and taking a hard look at like, oh my gosh, actually saying, oh gosh, I am the problem, it gets them demotivated, and then they're actually go into blame mode really, really quickly and say, no, it's my team, they're doing this, they're doing that, and then they're not making any business change at all.
We often say to business owners, you're actually the biggest risk to your business right now.
Yes.
And they go, what?
Yeah.
Like, how could that be? What about the clients? What about the money? Well, yes, but you're the only one that can do anything about that. And so it's so true, right? The owner and the senior team, but starting with the owner, have to realize they're the biggest risk to the business because the business is either going to succeed or fail based on what they do.
Chaos starts from the top.
Or
always.
Or it doesn't, yeah.
Or it doesn't, right?
The more I observe this, I'm in my 50s right now, and the more I observe this over life, the more it repeats itself. that when someone starts anything, let's just say that, they join our program and if their expectations are really clear and they're really ready to just do something a little bit different today, just a little thing like 5 minutes and 5 minutes again tomorrow and 5 minutes again tomorrow, we will find that person will often keep doing that. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. And they keep doing it.
Bite-size, realistic outcomes.
Yes.
Versus, oh my gosh, I'm just going to do all of these things. I've tried all of these things. They didn't work. Okay. Because you've tried 10 things. We just asked you to do the one thing. Let's just do this one thing right now. And quite often that's going to get them a really early win and propel that motivation that's going to turn into discipline and go, okay, great. Now I'm going to add in this.
Yeah. And I think past experiences can often taint someone's approach, right? So past experiences might be, I bought this thing and it transformed my business. I bought this software, and you might have some past experiences where you didn't actually have to do the hard things to get the big result. Or maybe you haven't ever done the hard little things to get the big result, but that you expect to get the big result.
Yeah.
And I think some people enter thinking, I'm actually looking for the big thing and I'm not looking to do the little things. So when they enter some sort of a program, all they're really looking for is the big transformation. And when that doesn't happen early on, then that's where that motivation scale drops off.
Yeah.
That's where they enter really highly motivated because they're looking for this big thing. And they do a little bit and they go, okay, well, I'm still moving forward, but I'm not really. And then pretty quickly, all that motivation just drops off. It is like joining a gym, right? You join the gym and you're expecting to lose 10 kilos. And after 3 days, you haven't lost 10 kilos. So you're going, this isn't working for me.
It's why, my friends, juice cleansers and all those sort of quick fixes, like lose 10 kilos in 10 days, or they don't work, right? Because what happens is, you might lose a stack of weight. You're going to stack it back on very quickly. Yeah. Why? Because there's no small structured habits that you're forming, no discipline that's going to propel you forward. You're better off losing weight or making small changes consistently over time.
Or not losing weight at all, just
getting
healthier.
Yeah, just getting healthier, right? You focus on the different goal.
Yeah.
The goal is a healthy business.
Yeah.
What's going to propel me forward is making small structured changes over time.
Yeah.
That's going to get me larger, more impactful, effective change in my business.
We often say, what we bring to the table is a bag of gold. All you have to do is be willing to reach your hand into that bag occasionally and pull out a little bit of gold and do something with it. And that willingness to do that over time is great. But some people are expecting that bag of gold, the whole bag, to be given to them, and they go, well, I've got value from that. And we keep repeating this, but it's very true. And the expectation should be low, and the lower the better, because then the habit changes are easier and they're more sustainable. Yeah. That'll happen over time. And because that gets sustainable over time and it continues to repeat itself, more quickly you get the result. So it's sort of a bizarre thing. It's almost like it's counterintuitive. Do less, more consistently, and move forward quicker.
Yes.
I guess that's the change that we need people to think about, is that to get the result that you want, you got to be prepared to do the little things consistently.
Slow down to speed up.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So I think the big takeaway from this podcast is, if anybody's listening to this and wondering why, I've tried these things, they haven't worked. I really want to transform my business, but I haven't found the thing that works for me yet. Reach out and give us a call.
Yes.
But expect you to be willing to do the little things consistently over time.
Yes.
And if you're prepared to do that, you will get the result. Nobody can say, if I go to the gym and lift the weights for the next 3 months, I'm not going to get stronger. It doesn't work like that. We don't know how strong you're going to get. If you're prepared to do the work in your business and do the things that we know hundreds of others before you've gotten, if you're prepared to do that just a small little bit every day, then you will get the results you're looking for. But don't enter a conversation like that expecting to get the transformational result you're looking for. Expect to get the little steps that turn into the transformational result.
Absolutely. So guys, you can book a call via our website or follow us on social media.
And if you watch us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We need more subscribers.
Like this video, leave a comment down the bottom.
Send us the love. Yeah, let us know you're out there. All right.
See you later.
Bruce and Tiffany from the Joinery Business Podcast. Peace out.
Bye, guys.